So guys, what's going on? I got more parts in the mail today. I'm super happy. I ended up getting some Vibrant push lock fitting line from Jegs. I've been buying a bunch of stuff from Jegs lately. I really like their website works, but I just enjoy buying from them. It's quick and easy, plus they're right in Ohio, kind of like Summit Racing, so it makes it really easy for me. I also got a ton of stuff from Powerhouse Racing. Well, actually two things, so that's a lot for me. One is this power steering reservoir. This is their new billet version. Instead of being welded, it has anodized top and bottom. Comes with the dash 10 for the bottom, and then is a dash 6 return line here for the side. It's a very nice piece. The biggest reason I had to get this is I actually already have one from Powerhouse Racing. The issue is the one I have has a non-serviceable filter inside of it. Now, if you guys already have a power steering reservoir from the factory, that does not have a filter in it. So you're probably asking yourself, well, why do you need one then? Well, the point of it is to actually try and help you out and try and save you. It actually ended up, I think, saving me. I pulled it out because the power steering pump started to whine. I'm like, does it need flushed or what? I pulled this filter out, which it is a little hard to get out, so I get it. It is really not truly serviceable. It's not the easiest thing in the world to get out, but I ended up getting it out, and it was like black. It was a stainless steel filter, and it was literally like black from debris and dirt from over all the years, and it was probably just cycling around when it was just an open canister. So it is a quite nice piece to get this. So that actually saved a lot, but now he cut me a good deal on this, so I was like, might as well. Plus it's got a sweet anodized new top, and it has this. It has like a cage system to it to hold a spring down which holds the filter in place. So if you see this, that's the cage system as I call it. Then it has a spring inside which presses down on a filter that's down inside this canister here. Now this just, I believe, will probably move from the bottom. Yeah, this has like an AN style wrench to pull off. The only downside I could see with this is pulling it from the top would be much more sensible, I guess, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm not even 100% sure. I need to ask Brian. I could be totally off, so don't quote me on that. That's just how I'm looking at it right now. And yeah, pretty impressive little piece. Pretty cool design considering the fact that from the factory, a lot of stuff people see is, well, we'll just copy whatever the factory did and just kind of perfect it from there, where they kind of go the extra mile and go, well, why is there no filter in this? There should be a filter, which I think that's a pretty smart idea on their behalf. So yeah, go check these guys out. Love this power steering reservoir. The cam sensor delete, I got one of those. I actually already installed it on the car, which you guys will see here later on in this video. Goes on really smoothly and very easy. Getting the old stuff out was pretty easy. Comes with another O-ring and all that good stuff too. The only, I guess I really don't have any downside. It's just awesome altogether. The one thing else I would say I like is it's completely smooth. It doesn't use a hex style, or I guess you would say it's like an inverted hex style. It doesn't use a regular, I don't know. I forget what the name of it's called. I guess hex key style is what they're called. And it just looks so much better. It's like perfectly smooth, and I really like the way it looks. I'm very happy with the product. I'm very happy with Powerhouse Racing and their, and their service in general. Brian was fantastic. Helped me a bunch trying to figure out the whole leaking oil pan situation too. So once again, I'm not getting this stuff for free, guys. I'm just doing this because I'm just really happy with the product. I'm very honest though, if you guys can tell, like I'm not saying like everything's perfect. As an engineer, that's just my background, and there's always room for improvement. If you don't have improvement, kind of like them going from billet to, I think this is like their third or fourth iteration of the power steering tank now. So that just shows you like a power steering tank from the factory, which is empty. They've had 4 revisions in probably 3 years now. So that shows a lot in my eyes. So yeah, that's where they're at right now. And I love this little guy, and let's go install this stuff now. All right. Pull this bitch a little bit closer. All right, what's going on? So here's everything laid out, guys. Hopefully you guys can get a better image of it now. I'm using my GoPro. There is the cam sensor delete kit. Here's the fittings and everything that go for the power steering tank. This is I believe this is a dash 6, I believe, that goes into the side of it here, which is for the return line, and then the bottom is the feed line, I believe. Yes, the feed line to go to the actual pump itself is on the bottom, the return's at the top. I just think this looks really nice. The one I have on the car now, guys, is a very nice piece. It's kind of hard to, I'm a little torn between them. I kind of like this style better in some ways. I'm going to be honest. I kind of like this better. It's fully polished. It looks a little bit sleeker. This has failure points in my opinion because, I know this is going to sound stupid, but anytime there's an O-ring involved, that's one more wear item to me, and I'm all anti-wear item. But you know what? I don't think it's going to fail anytime soon. And as much as I switch out parts, is it going to matter? The next thing is I noticed they bolted this on instead of welding it on. Does that work? Absolutely. My only concern is if these tarnishing and starting to rust over time, that will have to be something that'll have to be adjusted or fixed. I might actually replace these now. I would have used, if it had been me, I would have used stainless steel for those. That's just my opinion. But hey, you know, it's up to them to do that. They did include this time, unlike the last time, they include these nice stainless steel bolts. And this now is actually perfectly drilled out. My other one is actually slotted, so you have playroom with it, but this must be fitting in there perfectly now, so there's no need for play. So, yep, that's everything, guys. There's my vibrant lines, and I'm pretty freaking happy. Thank you very much again, Brian from Powerhouse Racing. So now what we got to do is, if you guys can see here, I have to get that pretty little sensor right there out and get that new one in. This is going to be a shit ton of fun. I just realized, guys, I was probably pretty dark, so if you guys can see it there, there's the cam sensor. You guys can see my pretty Radium Engineering injectors and seats and hats and all that good stuff. So if you can see, it's getting dirty, just sitting there chilling. So if we can just remove this, I think, one, it'll look better, and number two, well, I can remove that sensor, which they're probably worth a pretty penny, I think. So yeah, let's get that off and get moving. I wish I had more room and more time. I'd like to show you guys more in depth with this stuff, kind of like I used to. It's just hard, especially in the tight space. When the engine was out, it's much easier because I can set up a camera, but I'm bending over, I got the hood on the car, but I think it's kind of straightforward. It's two 10mm bolts that hold the cam sensor on. I'm going to use a ratcheting, flexible head gear wrench set to remove those two bolts, and then putting it on is going to be kind of a pain because it uses a hex head style bolt, so that's not going to be very much fun to get on. It's going to take me a skinny minute, but it'll get on and I'll get her tight. All right, if you guys can see here, I kind of have a Get It Fabulous. I thought that would stick a little bit better, but as soon as I removed it, the oil started coming out. It's not what I wanted to happen, so now I got to try and shove a towel down in here and see the oil down there? Yeah, not what I wanted to happen, so fuck me. Now that I've got that off, I wanted to show you guys the difference here. If you can see here, see how this has like a flat, almost like a waffle or whatever. I'm not sure if you want to call it waffle, but it sits flat with it and it's much thicker. And then the Powerhouse Racing just has that O-ring. Now they're saying that O-ring is enough, but they do have it machined properly to fit the stock O-ring. So I'm going to use both because rather be safe than sorry. You don't want any oil dripping out. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here, install both of them, and then, yeah, go from there. So why not, right? So I read online, or their website says it is machined to use this, but it is not. This base is too thick to fit the stock O-ring. So I bought this big O-ring assortment here. Ta-da! So I'm going to actually put an extra one at the base of it to make sure it does not leak. So I just got to figure out what size it needs, which is it this size? I think that'll be it, Jimmy. And that's about the same thickness as that one there, so perfect. So there we go. So that gives me two O-rings, 2 points of safety, as I'll call it, to try to help my ass out, because I just do not want it leaking. I don't want to take any chances, so put an extra O-ring on it. Does not hurt to have a little bit of safety when you're doing this kind of stuff, because who wants a leaky car like mine already does, damn it. Alright guys, so got that on now. Everything's good to go. I'm super happy because now that's one less thing I have to mess with. And I'll be able to sell the cam sensor. I didn't end up using the O-ring on it. It did not fit, but I used an extra one there you guys saw, and it worked perfectly fine. So now I have the one that's machined into it, and then one at the bottom as a fail-safe per se, just to make sure that it doesn't leak. I just don't want to take that chance. I got this box of O-rings. They're gas, oil resistant, etc. from Harbor Freight, and it came with all these. I've used it on my brother-in-law's trucks a bunch of times. He's had zero issues, so yeah, if you guys want to look into this, it is nice to have when you're just like, man, I need a quick O-ring. 397 pieces for like, I forget how much it was, 10 bucks or something. It's just like a nice thing to have, and I just keep it stored down here in one of these drawers, down here with my caliper and random wiring, etc. So yeah, and now there's an ice cream man going by. Are you kidding me? Seriously? Yeah, legit ice cream man. So yeah, that's what we're gonna have done for this one, guys. Thank you again, once again, to Brian at Powerhouse Racing. Very thankful to have you, buddy. I appreciate the support for the channel and to help out a fellow car guy. You're the bomb.
So yeah. Alright guys, thank you very much as usual. That's going to be it for this one. So you got to see me installing the cam sensor delete. Very basic, very easy to do. I highly recommend it. Go ahead and check that out. You got to see the power steering tank. So that's going to be it. Peace out, motherfuckers. I'm going to go drink some beer now and have a good time. Later.